Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Empire Earth on Mysterious JG. Got my dinner in the oven, so I got a little timer set here. We'll see if I can wrap up one more tutorial scenario here in less than 45 minutes. Don't mind the blinking cursors that are appearing randomly. But we're on to the final chapter of this tutorial campaign, which has jumped around a little bit in space and time, but it's kind of been centered around the Mediterranean. And the last thing we're going to learn about is heroes and combat skills. I should be able to get this done fairly quickly, I would think, or certainly less than 45 minutes, because at this point, going through all these scenarios, we've kind of learned that trying to color outside the lines is just never going to give you anything particularly useful. So let's just get on with it. So, Tutorial 8, Heroes and Combat Skills. More advanced aspects of combat are covered. Learn the difference between unit improvements and unit upgrades, and train both warrior and strategist heroes. Alright. The wise and powerful Zhuge Liang may join us, or Jiang Wei, I should say.
The recent Byzantine campaign in North Africa went well.
Yeah.
A large strip of the African coast has been restored to imperial control, and the success has emboldened the Emperor Justinian to continue working towards his dream: the reconquest of Rome and restoration of the empire. Controlled by the Germans since 476, Italy is now under the control of a craven and incompetent ruler, King Theodahad the Ostrogoth. The Byzantine general
Ostrogoths,
has
not
been
known for
ordered to
being
land with his army in
genocides.
southern Italy and drive this feeble pretender out of Rome once and for all. But it won't be easy. His troops will have to be improved, and heroic efforts will be required.
Now, I mean, history is written by the winners, but, you know, when you think of Goths, Visigoths, Ostrogoths, I mean, unless you're in Germany reading, like, the, what's his name, like a Steinax, no, that's the computer game, or the NES game. There's, like, the comic with this, like, you know, blonde, mustached, little short Viking guy who's constantly outwitting the stupid Roman legions. Unless you're, like, specifically from Germany, though, you pretty much, what little you learn in history about those tribes is kind of the standard history we learned from a bunch of countries that were influenced by Rome and thought of them as being, like, backwards barbarians. Well, I guess we'll see how well we're able to deal with them here as we take command of Belisarius' army and prepare to march on Rome. Historians have debated for centuries whether it was genius or folly that drove Justinian to attempt the reconquest of the Western Empire. Although the initial capture of Carthage had been an easy matter, holding on to North Africa was far more complicated. As the Crimson Guard twins Zaymot and Tomax will tell you, you know, it's launching a sneak attack on America is one thing, but to hold U.S. territory is all but impossible. I got the first part of that wrong. This is great. This is a great moment from Arise, Serpentor, Arise, when Serpentor wants to, like, invade Washington, D.C. And Zaymot and Tomax was like, yeah, we did, like, a surprise attack. That was, like, a neat little terrorist thing, because we are a terrorist group. But we're not going to be able to hold Washington, D.C. against the U.S. Army. I mean, we're Cobra. We can't even beat G.I. Joe. And G.I. Joe is, like, you know, a dozen guys. That's not what we're supposed to be doing today. We're supposed to be learning about this. Holding on to North Africa was far more complicated. The Vandal threat had practically evaporated when faced with Belisarius' imperial invasion force, but a fierce, more tenacious enemy remained: the Berber tribes. Berber. When Belisarius' when Belisarius was ordered into war against the Ostrogoths in 535, he himself invaded and conquered Sicily, while another general, Mundus, seized Dalmatia on the west coast of the Balkans. As soon as this was accomplished, however, a Berber uprising in Carthage required Belisarius to return across the Mediterranean. Theodahad, the German king in Italy, had been on the verge of surrender, but the uprising in Africa gave him hope. Until 536, that is, when Belisarius returned. This time Belisarius seized southern Italy and marched into Rome, facing little or no resistance. There the citizens received him as a liberator. Unlike the Vandals, however, the Goths retained their fighting mettle. They deposed Theodahad and chose a resourceful, energetic general to replace him, a young warrior by the name of Witigis. Witigis at once marshaled all the Gothic armies and invested Rome with a massive siege that lasted a year. Invested? See, that's just... You don't see that construction, use of the word invested that way all that often. Justinian, meanwhile, dispatched reinforcements from Constantinople. Belisarius was able to hold out against the Germans' far superior numbers. Yeah, the Germans have superior numbers to the rest of us. They put they put like a cross through their sevens, which makes, you know, their Zeben is like R7, but it's got like an extra line through the middle of it. It makes it superior. It was no doubt the greatest. Hold against Germans far superior numbers, the siege was finally lifted. Justinian's generals pressed on with the conquest of Italy, but by 555, I should say. So by the year of the first three digits of all fictional phone numbers on, you know, TV phone numbers, the entire peninsula had been absorbed into the Byzantine Empire. It was no doubt the greatest moment of Byzantine civilization, but the cost of sustaining such a vast Rome proved to be deadly. For one thing, 20 years of war, pillage, and famine had reduced Italy to little more than a desert, and the Italians, once pleased to see the imperial presence in their land, soon learned that the price was oppressive taxation and complete loss of self-governance. Consequently, it was only a matter of time until a new empire, centered in the rich and fertile north, would arise to supplant the Byzantines in Western Europe. That new empire would be led by the warrior king of France under dynasty founded by Charles Martel in 717, and it would be brought into fruition by his brilliant grandson Charlemagne. I take it we're not getting into that here, though. Everybody just take a look at my computer screen on my computer.
The voyage from Carthage went well, and the Byzantine troops under Belisarius have disembarked in Italy. It is time to prepare to meet the Ostrogoths in battle.
Mm-hmm. All right, footmen will be 1. Ranged guys will be 3. Oh, you are also ranged guys. I don't control him.
The Ostrogoths have launched a surprise attack. Beware the axes of their deadly Huskarls.
Get in there and fight. A bunch of them weren't doing anything there. Huskarls. Watch out for them Huskarls.
The
Wow.
Huskarls carry shock weapons. You can improve the shock armor of your troops so that they are better
Lost a
protected for the
lot
next
of my
battle.
frontline guys
To
there.
purchase improvements for your short swordmen, select any one of them. At lower left, in the unit information area, you can see the attributes that short swordmen possess. Pass the mouse pointer over the different button icons to see what each attribute is. The helmet icon represents shock armor.
Oh.
Click on it to improve the shock armor of all your short swordmen. Note that improvements cost you resources. When the research for the improvement is complete, the number after the plus sign for shock armor increases to show by how much it has improved.
Okay. Yeah, because we got butchered there.
Good. Now, to better prepare your troops to fight the enemy shock units, purchase at least one more improvement in shock armor for your short swordmen. Each attribute has a maximum amount that it can be improved by. For some units, some attributes cannot be improved at all. Select a unit for which you bought improvements. Notice the large white number on its unit portrait. This is the step number. Armor improvements count as 1 step, and all other improvements count as 2. When the step number reaches 10, you have bought the maximum number of total improvements for that type of unit. So purchase improvements wisely. If you wish, you can also purchase unit improvements for your other troops. Improvements you can purchase include attack, different types of armor, hit points, speed, and range. The available attributes and improvements vary according to what type of unit it is. When you are satisfied with your purchases or run out of resources, it is time to advance on the city of Rome.
Okay, they can't do these guys can't be made any better at... Does this hospital, like, help us? Is it an allied hospital? Because we lost a lot of guys very quickly. This is not an allied hospital. Well, we got tons of resources. We might as well,
Pause.
okay. It wasn't that he'd reached his maximum number of improvements. It was that I'd improved range as much as I was allowed to.
Pause. Sire.
Okay. Well, that's a different way to do things that I'm not used to, because I'm used to slightly different mechanics on that.
Ready, my lord. Sigainen. Ready, my lord. Ready, my lord.
So it'll take a while for all these things to happen, but we're getting pretty close.
Sire.
Elephant archers will be last, because I didn't pay as much attention to them as early.
Sigainen.
But we've boosted their, boosted them up pretty good.
Ready, my lord. Ready, my lord.
All right, well, we'll let you,
For the king.
we'll let you guys, man, I lost a lot of those shieldy guys.
Ready, my lord. With all for the king.
I hope we either come across more or, like they said, have very little resistance.
Ready, my lord. With all my heart. Ready, my lord. With all my heart.
Not really
Ready, my lord. With all my
tactically looking for any different approach, just kind of marching down the road. We're marching right through these lame books territory.
With all my heart.
See what you get, warriors. See what you get when you mess with the orphans.
Ready, my lord. Attack with sharp
I think our short swords are just gone now. They got one left. Nope.
Excellent. We have defeated the barbarian army defending Rome. Let us enter the city in triumph. Your short swords have been wiped out. Fortunately, a transport with reinforcements has just arrived from Carthage.
Ready, my lord.
And they've got the improvements, which is nice. I was going to be kind of upset if they didn't.
Attack with sharpened steel.
Attack that empty space.
With all
Belisarius is being greeted as the savior of Rome. The citizens have paid a tribute in gold, wood, and food. And all of the buildings have been surrendered to you, except for the sacred walls of Rome, the ancient Roman Forum, and the Temple of Zeus. These must be left under the control of the local populace. Hailed as the liberator of Rome, Belisarius has become a hero. Heroes have special capabilities in battle, and soon you will learn about them.
Okay, thank you for mentioning them, but not telling me about
Reports
them.
indicate that an army of Ostrogoths has come down from the north and is threatening to cut off access to our vital northern roads.
Where's the hospital?
The new Ostrogothic attack must be crushed. It is time for the new hero Belisarius to be put into action.
The car?
ready, my lord. Attack with sharpened steel. Ready, my lord.
There are two different types of heroes, warriors and strategists. Belisarius has become a warrior hero. When you bring him near friendly units, you'll see a morale indicator appear at the feet of the nearby units.
The people have
This
spoken.
morale works the same way as the morale produced by houses around a capital. For each point of morale felt by a unit, the unit takes less damage in battle and thus can survive longer. Warrior heroes are strong fighters and they even heal their own wounds.
Yes, great one.
But if he gets killed, he dies, right? I mean, he's not like some kind of special immortal guy.
The city workmen have repaired the Aurelian gates leading to the north. Bring your troops out of Rome to fight the new Gothic army now. Then you can see your heroes' new abilities at work in combat.
With all my heart. The glory of Rome. Sire, we are to attack with all my heart.
Belisarius taking a bit of a beating, but
The new Ostrogothic invasion has been repulsed. Well done. Now it is time to move Rome into a new epic of opportunity.
okay.
Select your town center in Rome, and you'll see that the Epic Research button has become available.
Oh,
Click the Epic 5 button to begin the research for the Epic Advancement.
Epic Dark. We can enter into the new Dark Era.
Select each of your military buildings now and take note of the units that are available to you. When you enter the next epic, you will have new options.
Fancy. I can build Simple Bowman. It's Simple Jack. Horsemen and Cavalry. I could just build regular old villagers, I would assume. But not right now.
Sire, yes, the glory of Rome. Steel.
Yeah, so this might be over at this point. I don't really know. Because we did need to learn about upgrades. Our hero improved other people's morales, but they also said they're strategist heroes. I don't know if we're going to get a separate tutorial about them or just kind of... Nope, this is what we're going to get.
Ready, my lord. With all my heart.
I guess we'll find out. But doesn't seem like this is going to drag on long enough for me to need to worry about that time limit I mentioned. Yeah, I've been at it for a while.
Rome has entered a new age, but enemies from
The
abroad
Dark
still threaten the
Age.
city.
Huzzah.
Look at the 3 military buildings in Rome by selecting each of them in turn, starting with the stable. In the stable, your horsemen can be upgraded to more modern cataphracts.
Oh,
Select the archery range. In the archery range, crossbows have now become available. Javelins can be upgraded to pilum, and simple bowmen can be upgraded to composite bowmen. In the barracks, there are currently no upgrades available.
Aw.
Some units are available, but for now return to the archery range. At the archery range, upgrade your javelins into pilum by clicking on the appropriate upgrade button.
or
Notice that the upgrade button disappears, and the pilum button replaces the javelin button once research for the upgrade is complete.
you can also build a fancy crossbowman. Do I get better towers? I'm a humble javelin guy. I'll never be anything else. Oh, what the heck has happened? I've become a
Now look at your
pilum.
units on the map. The ones that were formerly javelins have become the more advanced pilum unit. Upgrades allow you to keep your units up to date, which will help you defend Rome. And upgrades carry over the improvements of their predecessors.
Keep Belisarius around until he gets into the, digital age. He'll be your friend in the digital age. Okay. What now, game? What do you want?
Sire,
Is it time to march on where they came from, or no?
You have brought the glory of the Byzantine age to Rome, and you have provided for the defense of the city. Belisarius's work in Italy is now done, and he has been summoned back to Constantinople. Although the Ostrogoths fought courageously to hold on to Italy, much of the peninsula remained under Byzantine control until 774. In that year, Frankish armies finally succeeded in conquering northern Italy. Belisarius has long departed the shores of Italy.
Aw.
Now a new hero has arisen to defend Rome. Select your town center now, and you'll see that you can create a hero there.
Oh, well, we've jumped into the future. I better pull my army back, because I thought we were done.
The new hero available to you is Charlemagne.
Oh.
Click on the Charlemagne button to commence his training.
The Charlemagne button. Have we, so have we, become the French now? Like, we switched civs here? Whatever you say, game.
While you are waiting for Charlemagne to be trained, it's a good opportunity to build up your army.
Uh-huh.
Rome has many enemies, and a good mix of different unit types will be needed to defend her in this dangerous time. Consider improving your units too.
You don't have any specific instructions, do you? I thought you... Like, you know, what will actually count towards winning the campaign? No? Okay. Well, let's get some, we got lots of resources. Let's get some cavalry. And, mix in some phalanxes. And, yeah, I want crossbowmen. They're expensive, so they gotta be good. That's Bobo theory of economics right there.
Ready, my lord. Sire! Sire! Your orders?
Charlemagne is a strategist hero.
Ah.
His special ability is called the Battle Cry. Select him now and you'll see the Battle Cry button at the bottom of the screen. Click on the Battle Cry button and your mouse pointer will become a bolt of lightning. If you click with the lightning bolt pointer near enemy units, they receive a temporary decrease in morale. This causes them to take more damage from your attacking units. For now, if your pointer is a lightning bolt, click on the Cancel Action button at the bottom of the screen, and the normal pointer will be restored to you. Save that battle cry for an actual combat situation. The hero must have a full charge of power to produce a battle cry.
Car.
Power slowly recharges itself over time and is measured by the blue bar above the hero's head when he's selected. Strategist heroes also have the ability to increase the stamina of friendly units that are near them. Strategists restore most of a unit's hit points if they've suffered damage in battle. Like the warrior, strategists can self-heal, but they are not as strong in actual combat. Right now, the Lombards are threatening Rome. Bring Charlemagne out of the city along with the rest of your army. His new abilities will help you greatly, but by themselves they aren't enough to defeat your enemies. You will need to use everything you have learned about tactics and unit improvements to prevail. Good luck. The future of Western Europe depends on you.
No pressure.
Your orders? Where should I go? Your orders? Where should I go? Your orders?
So these guys just make horsey noises. That's just what they do.
Where should I go? Ready, my lord.
Apparently it takes a really long time to make these crossbowmen, because,
Yes, my lord.
Alright, so who is threatening us? I mean, I guess I'll just start
Where
going
should I go?
this way.
With all my heart.
My kingdom is yours. If I had villagers, they could build a wonder, which would show us where everything is, but we don't have that kind of power.
We are under attack. By heaven and earth.
Oh. Longbowman. Oh no, it's Longshanks is attacking.
With all, where should I go? All my heart. My kingdom is yours. Success waits for no one.
Yeah, we really did jump ahead in time here. And everything takes 1,000,000 years, so... Oh no, they're directly targeting my houses.
Your orders, honor,
My
and
kingdom is
glory.
yours.
Ready, my lord. To victory.
My kingdom is yours.
Ha-ha!
My kingdom is yours.
Alright, I'm just gonna stand here, I guess.
For honor and glory.
My kingdom is yours.
Geez, my guys didn't do that good, did they?
My kingdom is
Be
yours.
alert. Your hero has been severely wounded. Heroes are strong, but they are not invincible. Move him out of battle and protect him so he can heal his wounds. Then he can rejoin the fray.
My kingdom is yours.
Yeah, I'm not very good at the combat mechanics. I guess I'm better with ranged. Oh well.
Well done. The Lombards have been soundly defeated.
They have lost the
Charlemagne
Vince
has been
Lombardi
enthroned as
trophy.
the first Holy Roman Emperor. His influence over Europe is now sure to be felt for many centuries to come.
And if we can invent time travel, we'll send Bob Saget to meet him. Sorry, it's a Mystery Science Theater. Okay, well, I don't really at any point feel like I'm good at the combat micro in this game, but I think we'll be able to stumble our way through some of the campaigns regardless. And everyone take a look at my desktop there. And, not my desktop, but... So I lost the most units of anybody. But had the biggest army and killed the most and just did good. I guess 1658 we got into the new epoch, so that's nice. Press 87 hotkeys, I guess they give you credit for that. And 2 different heroes. Rome had a bunch of wonders though, so they kind of won that. Anyway. But that's it for the various scenarios, guys. So there's a total of 4 real campaigns. I know the Russian one is the hard one. I think they're generally in difficulty go. I guess it's top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. The Greek campaign, Civilization of Ancient Greece, is actually an assortment of peoples and cultures. Collectively, they established the Greek democratic, artistic, and philosophic legacy that still influences nations today. Seized the reins of ancient Greece, established mastery over the Mediterranean, and forged the foundation of all Western civilizations to come. It's also an English campaign. And this is I guess the long war against the French. German campaign is much more modern. It's set in the 19th century. I think you play like you're kind of, well, I mean it's Germany. So Germany, as we know it today, didn't exist for a big chunk of history, but like Bismarck and unifying the German state. But I know we got some World War I and World War II stuff here, and then the Russian campaign is set in the future. Although actually 25 years after the 90s, little progress was made. So actually it was set in the future when it came out. Now, in fact, it would be set in the recent past, except that this features like giant robot war mechs and shit. So this is not particularly prescient. They didn't really quite nail it as far as Russia conquering the world with its warrior robots, but who knows what the future may bring. That's going to be it for this episode, though. When we come back next time, we'll start in on the Greek campaign and the early Hellenic peoples. Tune in for that. Bye for now.